SHMACKEMAGOB, everybody. It's time for another one of these track-by-track album battles. And this one, I'm putting Back in Black against the follow-up album, For Those About to Rock. Which one do I like more? I love this album. Don't get me wrong. This is my second favorite album with Brian Johnson. But this is the best album with Brian Johnson. Everybody that says, no, it's this one, or Flick of the Switch, or whatever afterwards, give me a break. You know it's Back in Black. Deep down inside, you know it's Back in Black. So, I had to take both vinyls out because they are not in order on this jacket. So, we're going to start with Hell's Bells versus For Those About to Rock. You know, for the longest time, I always thought For Those About to Rock was like an song. I didn't really care for it. Now I absolutely love it, and I know this is embarrassing to say, but I have no shame, and it's a weird thing about me. When the song, you know, when he goes, we salute you, and he goes, and it cranks, I was listening to it once and I started crying. What a wuss. I have no shame. But I'm still giving it to Hell's Bells. And hey, I have a surprise for you at the end of this about that song. Stick around. Alright, then we got Shoot the Thrill versus Put the Finger on You. Great song, Put the Finger on You, but I got to give it to Shoot the Thrill. Another one for Back in Black. Then we got What Do You Do for Money, Honey? Versus Inject the Venom. I'm giving that one to For Those About to Rock. Inject the Venom rules. Probably my favorite on here. Alright, then we got Giving the Dog a Bone versus oh, actually, no. It's What Do You Do for Money, Honey versus Let's Get It Up. And still, I'm going to give it to For Those About to Rock. I like Let's Get It Up more. Love that song. Then we got Giving the Dog a Bone versus Inject the Venom. Another one for Those About to Rock. So it's a tie. All right, this is a good one, man. They're both great albums, I got to say. Let Me Put My Love Into You, Babe versus Snowballed. Ooh. Wow, that's a tough one. That's the toughest one so far. I'm giving it to Snowballed. I mean, that's very close, though. Alright, now we flip the albums over and we got the title track, Back in Black versus Evil Walks Behind You. Ooh. You know, I'm more burnt out on Back in Black, the title track, but I'm still going to give it to Evil Walk. I like that song more. No, you know what? No. I'm going to ignore the Burnout Factor. Even though it's super close, I love Evil Walks. I'm giving that one to Back in Black. Yeah, forget the Burnout Factor there. Then we got You Shook Me All Night Long, beyond Burnout Factor. Versus C.O.D, Care of the Devil. I have no shame in saying this. C.O.D. Definitely. Better song in my opinion. 4-3. This is going back and forth here. Then we got Have a Drink on Me. Awesome song versus Breaking the Rules. It's going out to Will Carroll of Death Angel. That's his favorite song on the album, Breaking the Rules. I disagree, bro. Have a Drink on Me is probably my favorite song on this album. So I'm giving it to that. 4-4. Man, look at this. It keeps going back and forth. Then we got Shake a Leg, probably the most underrated track on the album. Very deep track. Versus Night of the Long Knives, Shake a Leg. Definitely giving it to that. Alright, then we got Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution versus Spellbound. Another one for Back in Black. So Back in Black came at the end. I always thought For Those About to Rock kind of tapers off at the end, where Back in Black is solid the whole way through. So Back in Black got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and For Those About to Rock got 4. So what do you guys think? Put your comments below, and those that think this is the better album, put your comments below, you liar. Alright, so here's a surprise I told you about Hell's Bells. My band Thrash and I, we played Puerto Rico, I don't know, like 5 years ago, and we played a club while we were there called Hell's Bells. And I told the band at the hotel, before we even went to the show, I mean, literally like an hour before we went to the club, we should play Hell's Bells tonight, man. So, you know, the band, you know, in the hotel room, the bass player, well, actually, the guitar player played bass on the song, and the bass player played guitar, and my other guitar player. They all learned it. Alex Marquez, my drummer, godly drummer, who's played with Demolition Hammer and Malevolent Creation, Anger, Righteous Pigs. He's just one of the greatest drummers ever. He didn't have to rehearse it. The guy knows his stuff. So when we played the club, and by the way, I didn't practice singing it, you know. So when we played, we, you know, spontaneously started playing it in the club. And oh my God, it was so taxing on my voice to sing that song. Kind of blew out my voice. And then the next day, the promoter of the club, who I consider like the Fonz, the guy was like one of the coolest people I ever met. During the show, before the show played, I went to the back to his office to speak to him, and he's sitting there with a girl giving him head, and he's like nonchalant going, "Hey, what's up?" Guy is cool as hell. Well, he called the next day saying, "Hey man, would you mind playing Hell's Bells tonight for free?" And the guy is just so cool, and the Puerto Rican, you know, fans are just so awesome. You know, it was such a packed club. I said, "Dude, we'll do it." But my voice was completely torn apart because of Hell's Bells. And it was a very embarrassing show the second night. We didn't play Hell's Bells the second night. But anyway, without yapping anymore, hey, if you want to donate, got a PayPal below. Please subscribe to my channel and click the little bell for notifications. So here is footage of us spontaneously, with no rehearsal, just learned it an hour before we went to the club, the band did, Thrash and I doing Hell's Bells. And as you can see, through the second verse, sped it up. We didn't play the whole song, but it's still pretty cool we did it. The crowd loved it, because, you know, here we are playing a club called Hell's Bells. Fuck it, let's play Hell's Bells, even if we crash and burn. I think it was passable. Thanks for watching, everybody. SHMACKEMAGOB. For those that use social media, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And you can join the Almost Human 56 Facebook page. All links are in the description below. A lot of you been asking for it. SHMACKEMAGOB merch. Yes, many types of shirts, long sleeves, short sleeves, hoodies, you name it. Plus other stuff like shower curtains and bedspreads and mugs and socks and clocks and I can go on. But why should I? The link is below. Just click the link below in the description for all the SHMACKEMAGOB merch. Order yours now. SHMACKEMAGOB! Hey, check out my podcast, The VIERA Vault, on Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. Subscribe. The links are below.
Looking for some new podcasts to listen to? Well, Rat Salad Review Network has plenty of shows to choose from. Like Rat Salad Review, where they discuss the latest rock and metal news, as well as interviews and albums. Album vs. Album, the King Diamond Podcast, with Wayne Noon, Greg Norgal, and sometimes this guy.
SHMACKEMAGOB!
Ralph Vieira is also on our network with the VIERA Vault. There's also Old Man Metal's Musings, where he discusses heavy metal and beer. Music is Life with Lou Mavs. The Right Opinion for those who love politics, a South Park podcast called Suck My Balls, The Infinite Fringe, a watch-along wrestling show called Beyond Bushido, ex-Stradivarius guitarist, the Timo Tolkki podcast, and the Great Harry Barnett with I Don't Even Like Podcasts. So check out ratsaladreview.com or search Rat Salad Review on YouTube, Podbeam, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and more.